G'day there, Eric Bakker, naturopath, author of Candida Crusher, with another frequently asked question. Do yeast infections cause extreme irritability? Well, I don't know about extreme irritability, but I do know that they can make people quite anxious and worked up about things. But a concept I'd like to explain to you are some of the toxins that are produced by Candida. We call them toxic metabolites, and I'll talk more about different types in different videos, but one type is called mannan, and not many people have heard of mannan, but a 1991 study in a clinical journal showed that mannan is in fact a glycoprotein, or a small protein which forms cell walls of Candida, and when these yeasts are killed by antibiotics in particular, or killed en masse, the yeast cells bust up. And these glycoproteins can basically accumulate in the digestive system in mass amounts and slowly drip feed into the circulatory system. And this can explain why people can get rid of the yeast infection, but for a long time after feel quite lousy and worked up about things. These little protein molecules can float through the blood and trigger immune responses. And it's also been purported they can travel up into the brain, through the blood-brain barrier, into many different spaces of the body, which we didn't previously think that they could. But there is certainly plenty of research now to validate this. There's still quite a lot we don't know about these toxic metabolites, but mannan is quite an insidious one. And some people can have brain fog and feel spaced out from these tiny little proteins. Other people can have sore joints. There are many other manifestations, signs and symptoms produced by these toxic metabolites. This is one reason I believe why there can be irritability after a yeast infection has been, supposedly cleared up. So some people suffer a lot from these particular toxins, and other people not at all. Irritability can also come about from not being diagnosed or having a prolonged yeast infection, and basically you're brushed off by your doctor as being a hypochondriac. And I've heard this in many cases too. Well, wouldn't that make you irritable? It sure would make me irritable if nobody believed me. So, there are many reasons why irritability can be there with the yeast infection. And I'll speak a lot more further on other videos about these particular types of toxins and protein derivatives which come about from yeast dying off. So I hope that answers your question to some degree. Thank you.